I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on real estate coaching and mentoring throughout my 30-year plus career. Some of it has changed my life completely, and it was worth every single dollar. And honestly, much of it also was a waste of money. Today, I'm going to break down something that most agents never figure out: how to tell the difference between real coaching and expensive motivation, so you don't make the same mistake twice, or the same mistakes that I did. I'm Jeff Quintin. I've been in the real estate business over 30 years. I've coached, produced, recruited, trained agents, ran top teams, and consistently been ranked the top 1% nationwide. But here's why I'm qualified to talk to you about this: because I've been on both sides. I've hired coaches, I've worked with mentors, I've paid massive money for programs, I've tested everything. And I've also coached and mentored hundreds of agents myself. So generally, here's what I know that works and what doesn't. So what's worth investing in and what also just to completely run away with. Today, I'm going to break down coaching versus mentoring, the traps, the red flags, how to determine exactly what you need based upon where you are in your career right now. First, let's get clear on definitions, because most agents throw these words around like they're the same thing, and they're not. Coaching is a paid structure relationship. A coach is there to teach you specific skills, systems, and strategy. Real coaching has curriculum, accountability, metrics, expectations, and results that are all tied to it. See, mentoring, on the other hand, is relationship-based guidance. This isn't curriculum. This isn't a classroom. This is someone who's already ahead of you, which shares their wisdom, the perspective, and helps you avoid mistakes by learning from theirs. A coach teaches you technical skill. A mentor helps you develop mindset and wisdom. So here's an example. A coach may teach you a prospecting system, right, with scripts, dialogues, tracking tools, objection handling. They will drill it right into you, measure your performance, and then watch you improve. A mentor might sit with you and explain how they survived the terrible year, how they rebuilt, how they avoided burnout, how they built an organization. They'll help you through decisions, right? So decision-making, things that you need to go over. But both are valuable, but they're not the same thing. And if you mix it up, what you actually need, you're wasting years. Now, let's talk honestly about the industry, because it has exploded and there's a ton of BS out there who sold 10 houses and shot a few Instagram videos, suddenly thinks they're a great coach, right? But what they're selling isn't coaching, it's motivation, and that comes with a price tag. Here's what I see that's happening constantly. Pep talk coaches, right? They pump you up, get you emotional, make you feel charged, but they don't actually teach anything tactical. Then you've got all the gurus promising secret hacks and magic systems that don't actually exist. Then there are the programs built on outdated information, coaches who haven't sold real estate in years, and then they're teaching scripts from a market that doesn't even exist anymore. And what I've watched is agents spend $10, $20, $50,000 on coaching, all designed to hype them up, right? Not build actual skills. You walk away motivated, but not trained. And motivation without skill leads straight back to old habits. So real coaching is legitimate coaching. It teaches you skill, the process, things are measured, and accountability from someone who's actually producing today, not reminiscing about the good old days. So mentoring itself, has its own challenges. Most real estate agents and successful agents aren't offering mentoring because they're just too busy. They're running a business. The few that do offer or often want, mentoring, they want something back, right? They want you to join their team or pay a fee, but true mentoring is rare. But when you find a real estate mentor, someone who generally wants to help you succeed without needing anything back, it can change your life. I've had mentors who have saved me from massive mistakes, redirected my path, and then gave me the clarity during difficult decisions that I needed to make. So good mentoring looks like this: someone who's already doing what you already do. Someone sharing a real life experience, not just theory. Someone helping you think, not just telling you what to do. And here's the reality. You can buy coaching, you can't buy mentoring. You can earn it, right, through relationship, value, and respect and trust. So how do you know which one is actually the right way to go for you, right? If you're new in the business, you need the skills, the structure, the scripts, presentation, improvement, lead generation, objection handling, and the basics, right? You need coaching. You need someone to show you how to swing the bat and then hold you accountable to swing it. If you've been in the business for a few years, you know how to prospect, but let's say you've plateaued, right? You're frustrated, you're stuck. You probably need mentorship. You need someone that can see the blind spots and think differently. If you're highly successful, right, and you're trying to scale, you need both. Systems from coaching and thinking from the mentor. That's exactly how my career evolved. Early on, I needed coaching. I needed all the fundamentals: prospecting, listing presentations, lead follow-up, closing techniques. I invested heavily in paid programs, and they changed everything. Then later in my business, as I grew, I needed mentoring, people who had already built bigger teams, people who had already asked the right questions. They were challenging my thinking. Even today, after 30 plus years, I still invest in both. I constantly hire coaches to stay sharp. I constantly seek mentors to stay wise. The key is being honest with yourself and not chasing the shiny object, but identifying what you really want. Early on, I needed coaching. I needed the fundamentals: prospecting, listing presentations, lead follow-up, closing techniques, and I invested heavily in paid programs, and they changed everything for me. Then later, as my business grew, I needed some mentoring, people who had already built bigger teams, people who I could ask the right questions and then challenge my thinking. Even today, after 30 years, I still invest in both. I've constantly hired coaches to stay sharp. I've constantly seek mentors to stay wise. The key is how to be honest with yourself, not chasing the shiny object, by identifying what you truly need at this exact stage. So let me give you some red flags. If you see these, run, okay? Anyone promising overnight success or magic bullets, run. So real estate takes skill, consistency, it takes time. Coaches who stopped selling years ago haven't been active recently. They do not understand today's market. Stay away from programs that motivate you rather than educate you, right? They just make you feel good, which doesn't mean that's going to allow you to grow. No verifiable results. If they can't show you proof, they haven't done it, right? Stay away from high pressure sales techniques. If someone has the pressure to sign you up, their results aren't strong enough to sell themselves. One size fit all systems. Every agent, every market, every situation is different. So anyone trying to isolate you from other learning, right? Stay away from that. So real coaches want you to grow, and they want growth, not control. So here's what I recommend. After doing this for 3 decades, be crystal clear about what you need. Don't buy coaching when what you really need is mentoring. And don't expect mentoring to teach you the technical skills. Do homework on who you're working with. Look at their actual production, current success, and who they're helping. Start small. Test before you lock into big commitments. And most importantly, focus on implementation. Information without action is worthless. And remember, coaches and mentors cannot do the work for you. Okay? You've got to do the work. They can show you the door, but you're the one who must walk through it. So, choosing between coaching and mentoring is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make in your real estate career. Get it right, and you can leap years ahead. Right? Get it wrong and you'll burn money, confidence, and time. If you want the guidance from someone who is still producing at a high level, as of today, right? Who is teaching exact strategies I'm using right now in my own business, then stay with me here. No fluff, no outdated theories, no hype, just what actually works. If you found this valuable, hit the like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. And if you want to learn how to climb into the top 100 ranking in the entire country, click the link in the description and watch the next video on exactly how I can help you do exactly that.